Thursday evening. I think it's about 7 o'clock. This is the undercoat. So I've put one coat of undercoat on each one of these windows. Oh, I am tired. Now, as for the little bits of paint that gets on the glass, I have a little scraper that you can scrape all that off with afterwards. I'm liking the brightness of the windows. It actually makes the windows look bigger. I have the colour for them, and it's a very, very, very light pink. So I had it mixed today because these colours you have to have mixed. So I'm really pleased with the way the windows are popping out a bit. So I think this little blue bit here, I'm going to do that in white as well. I'll wait until I have the cottage finished and then I'll take a second look at the porch. But yeah, so far so good. And bought this big ladder today, which is a special ladder. See, with the hooks on the end. So as the person who's going to paint the chimneys can actually get up there. So it hooks up over the roof. So yeah, a bit of an investment, but had to be done, you know. I can't leave those chimney pots like that. And that aerial is going to come down, I think. Yeah, see if we can get that down, and that white lead going up towards the aerial, which was there for a little box that was for the oh, I can't think now. I'm too tired, okay? I'm too tired. It's beginning to look quite posh. What do you think? So far so good, hmm? And of course, most importantly, it's actually weatherproofing the cottage and weatherproofing the windows, you know, the wood and the sills. Well, I am just delighted to show you the new colour on the windows. So over to the left there is the undercoat, that's white. But if you notice here, I have painted half of the window in the colour, which is a beautiful pink. It's as close as I could get to the pink of that beautiful candy pink fuchsia. And if you haven't already noticed that in the garden, I will take you to it in this video and show you. But I'm just loving this colour. I think it really makes the whole thing pop. Still a wee bit unsure about the surround on the little windows in the porch. I may do that the same colour. Do you notice the chimneys? Do you notice what's gone? All the wires and all those old TV aerials from the 1960s. They were taken down last night. So, making progress, and so happy with the progress. I just can't tell you how happy I am that the colour scheme is working out, and it's just making the cottage look almost brand new. It has that lovely new look to it, and at the same time it's a cottage. Well, I've come into Carrick, which is my local town, and whilst I'm in here, I thought I'd just take you around this beautiful old church and graveyard. Now, the original church was built in, I think, about 1690, something like that. And then it was rebuilt in 1827. Do you know, there's something absolutely beautiful about old graveyards. and old churches. There's a lovely energy about them. Like this grave, completely overgrown with cotoneaster. That's beautiful. The old stone wall and the valerian that grows from it. I'm just going to carefully walk around this grave because I'm very aware of the etiquette in old graveyards. You know, not to walk on a person's grave. And look at the beautiful brambles, the blackberries, just cascading over the wall there. And that valerian growing out of the top, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Slightly different colours as well, because of the stone that it's growing out of. And here's an old family vault. Again, just so beautifully ancient. Look at this. Plants growing out of it and the heavy door. And then this beautiful yew tree. Of course, yew trees were planted in graveyards, and some of these yew trees are very old. In fact, from what I've read, the yew tree is the oldest living tree in the Western world. It can grow for thousands of years. So let's see what's on the side of this beautiful vault, this beautiful crypt. In loving remembrance of Norma Wilhelmina, wife of William Augustus Peyton and daughter of Hugh Lyons Montgomery, departed this life 1876, aged 27 years. So many people in those days died quite young. And then here's one, Charles Robert Peyton, who lived until he was 80, and he died in 1870. There's pigeons calling. This old stone wall is just beautiful. I don't think there's anything competes with an old dry stone wall that's been repaired in places. So the church over there is the Roman Catholic Church here in Carrick-on-Shannon. And here we have some more smaller vaults. A vault, perhaps a crypt. Robert Wills, 1868, age 75. Elizabeth Maud. Maud is such a beautiful name. Such an old-fashioned name. Look at that. She was only 6 years old when she died. 1904 to 1910. And her mother died in 1907. Bless her, she was only 27 years old. Look at that. It's a little bit sad to think about lives that have departed this beautiful earth so soon. But at the same time, it's good to remember them. Now this is something which is here beside the church, because beside the church there is a visitor centre which tells you a little bit about Carrick. But this is one of the sadder things. It's a massive cauldron. It comes up to my hips almost, massive cauldron, and this is what it was for. It was used during the famine, and there was soup made in this, and it was doled out to the famine victims, many of whom, of course, if you're in America now, if you're watching this from the United States of America or Australia or New Zealand, but particularly the United States of America, this is our closest bond. This is what we bond over. The terrible, terrible injustice of the Irish famine, and so many of our people who got onto boats, set sail for America if they could afford the passage. And many of them died, of course, of cholera, but they got to America and they made a life. And if you're one of those descendants, this is what they left behind. Blessings to you all on this beautiful day. I'm going round now to the supermarket to buy some food. So this was built in a cottage at the very beginning in 2004. This was the lane leading up to the cottage, as you can see. And this was the view from the front door. Well, it's a different view now.